You can place a slice of raw salmon on rice, charge $18 for it, and call it refined. Place a slice of raw chicken on the same rice, and suddenly the meal becomes evidence. Both came from animals. Both are uncooked. Fish is, inconveniently for the title of this video, also meat. So why do we happily eat sashimi while treating an uncooked chicken breast like it is holding a tiny biological weapon? The short answer is that raw fish is not automatically safe, and other raw meat is not automatically forbidden. We eat certain fish raw because particular species are selected, processed, frozen, stored, and prepared in ways designed to reduce particular risks. Meanwhile, many land animal meats carry hazards that are more reliably controlled by cooking. The real rule is not fish good, cow suspicious, chicken criminal. It is which microbes and parasites might be present, where they are located, what happened during processing, and whether freezing, cooking, or another control can deal with them. Sushi is not a loophole in biology. It is risk management with soy sauce. Start with the problem. Raw fish is famous for pretending not to have parasites. Wild fish and squid can carry worms capable of infecting people. One of the best known is Anisakis, whose larvae can attach to the stomach or intestinal wall after someone eats infected raw seafood. This is generally considered a poor addition to dinner. Cooking kills these parasites, but fish meant to be served raw is often protected by another tool: very cold freezing for a specific amount of time. Under the United States Food and Drug Administration Food Code, many fish served raw must be frozen using one of several time and temperature combinations. One option is 7 days at -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Another is 15 hours at -31 degrees. There are exemptions for certain tuna species and for some aquacultured fish raised under specified conditions because food regulations also enjoy plot twists. The important point is that restaurant sashimi is not supposed to be a random fillet that somebody found in the back of a refrigerator and encouraged to believe in itself. Fish intended for raw service is chosen and handled with raw consumption in mind. Freezing, however, is not a magical disinfectant. It can kill parasites under the right conditions, but it does not kill every harmful bacterium, virus, or toxin. Raw seafood can still carry disease-causing germs, and shellfish have their own delightful collection of hazards. Temperature control, sanitation, rapid chilling, clean equipment, and avoiding cross-contamination still matter. The freezer is a parasite control tool, not a priest performing an exorcism on dinner. This is also why freshness alone is not enough. A fish can look glossy, smell mild, and still contain something that did not receive permission to be there. The phrase, fresh enough to eat raw, sounds reassuring, but freshness is not a laboratory result. Proper sourcing and handling reduce risk. They do not turn raw fish into sterile office supplies. And no, pouring lime juice on fish does not provide the same protection as cooking. Acid changes proteins, which is why ceviche becomes firm and opaque, but looking cooked and being heat-treated are different achievements. A lime can make fish change clothes. It cannot guarantee that every pathogen has left the building. So raw fish already comes with an important correction. We can eat it, but never with zero risk. Public health guidance still considers cooking seafood the safest choice, especially for pregnant people, young children, older adults, and anyone with a weakened immune system. The question is not why all fish is safe raw. It is why selected fish can have some of its major hazards controlled without heat. Now compare that with chicken, the food safety equivalent of a coworker who touches every surface in the office. Chickens can carry Campylobacter and Salmonella without looking sick. During slaughter and processing, germs from the bird's intestines, skin, or feathers can contaminate the meat and its juices. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, even a single drop of raw chicken juice can contain enough Campylobacter to cause infection. That explains why raw chicken gets its own cutting board, immediate cleanup, and the emotional distance normally reserved for an X. Freezing does not solve this problem the way parasite control freezing helps with many fish. It may reduce some bacteria, but it does not reliably make raw poultry safe. Heat is the practical kill step, which is why official guidance says poultry should reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicken sashimi does exist in a few places because humans can turn any warning into a tasting menu, but its existence does not make it low risk. Beef reveals another part of the puzzle. The shape of the meat matters. On an intact steak, contamination is often concentrated on the outside, where the meat contacted hides, equipment, hands, or other surfaces during processing. Searing the exterior can therefore reduce much of that surface risk while the center remains less cooked. That does not make raw steak completely safe, and official guidance still recommends cooking whole cuts of beef, pork, lamb, and veal to at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit followed by a rest. But it helps explain why a rare steak is treated differently from a rare hamburger. Grinding takes whatever was on the surface and distributes it throughout the meat. A hamburger is essentially a bacterial group project. Now the center needs enough heat too, which is why ground meat has a recommended minimum temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Mechanically tenderized meat can create a similar problem by pushing surface contamination inward. And steak tartare? Carpaccio? Raw kibe? Yes, people absolutely eat raw land animal meat. Those dishes prove that the title describes a broad habit, not a law of nature. Careful sourcing, clean preparation, intact cuts, serving immediately, and informed risk choices can reduce danger, but none of them creates a force field. Raw beef dishes remain riskier than properly cooked beef, particularly for vulnerable people. Culture also decides which risks feel normal. Sashimi arrives in neat slices with rice, wasabi, and centuries of culinary confidence. Raw poultry arrives looking like the chef forgot the final step. Familiarity changes our reaction, presentation changes our reaction, and culinary tradition teaches us which foods are supposed to be raw. Biology does not consult the menu design. The reason raw fish became widely acceptable is not one secret property of fish. It is a combination of species selection, texture, tradition, refrigeration, cold chain handling, sanitation, and parasite control freezing. The reason we cook most other meat is that heat is simple, dependable, and devastatingly effective against a wide range of pathogens. It also improves flavor and texture in many cuts, which is a pleasant bonus for a process mainly preventing your dinner from filing a hostile takeover of your digestive system. Even fish is safest when properly cooked. United States guidance recommends 145 degrees Fahrenheit for fish, and whole cuts of several meats, 160 for ground meat, and 165 for poultry. Those numbers are not a ranking of which animal is morally cleanest. They reflect different products and different hazards. So the next time raw salmon looks sophisticated while raw chicken looks like a dare, remember what you are actually seeing. The salmon did not earn diplomatic immunity from microbes. It came through a system designed to manage some of the risks of eating it without heat. Raw fish can still make people sick. Raw beef is sometimes eaten. Freezing is useful but not sterilizing. Lime juice is not fire. And cooking remains the broadest, most reliable safety tool we have. We do not eat raw fish because fish is harmless. We eat certain raw fish because people built a careful process that makes the remaining risk acceptable to them. Sushi is not safe by magic. It is safe-ish by logistics. Which food did you assume was safe just because everyone else ate it with confidence?